Okay, modelers, so welcome back to another little bit of a news video we've got going today. And today we're going to kick off with the Skemmel truck. Now, as most of you know, IBG, or whatever they are, the model manufacturer that makes the Skemmel truck at the moment, they already have got one on the market, but there is another one coming up, and it's the Skemmel Pioneer. Now, this is the transporter one, so this is going to be really cool to be able to have something like this with that transporter mode, so you can put something on the back. I know there's a 72nd scale version and a really old one from Airfix, and I also know there's a resin one too. I just can't offhand remember the name of the resin model one, but I know it's full resin, so yeah, it's not a cheap kit to do, but this gives us the option to do it in a plastic kit. Now, the IBG one has been around for a little while, like I say. There's this new version coming out, but also at the same time, we've got another manufacturer bringing out the same model. Now, this one's one of those little known manufacturers. They ain't quite new, and as this is playing, there will be some models up. Now, this is from Thunder Models, and this one here, as you can see by the pictures, this thing is looking absolutely beautiful, guys. Just cannot wait for this thing to come out. Now, this one's going to come out with a trailered version as well. This one comes out a little bit later in the year. It's not too far away. So they've actually spent 5 months just in research on this to make sure they get it right. Now, from what I've heard, the IBG model is a little bit sloppy in places, and it's just a bit big and chunky, whereas this one here, it's looking really, really good. Thunder model, look like they've really gone overboard with the detail and stuff like that, and made this a really nice kit. Like I say, 5 months just in the research part of this alone, so we haven't got long for this one to come out. It's supposed to be out in June sometime, so that's one to really look forward to, guys. The next one we got going for you is a tan model, 148 scale Blackburn Buccaneer. The next one we got going for you is a tan model, 148 scale Blackburn Buccaneer. Now, this one comes out in summer. That's all they've said on their release date, that it comes out in summer. But a lot of people are actually waiting for this one. It's 48 scale. A lot of people are dying to have a really nice Buccaneer to build. So this is one of those ones, guys, I'm looking forward to as well. Hopefully it has the nice detail that we're hoping that it's going to have. And from what I've read on their Facebook page, where they put the pictures of this up, they've actually put a bit of info there in the comments where they answer people down below. And they are going to actually have the Gulf War version of this, which is just awesome. That's going to be fantastic to have that bird in the Gulf War version. Okay, so this next one, guys, it's one from Trumpeter. And this is a bit of a continuation on from their 1/16 series of stuff that they're doing. And this one here is our Abrams. Now, this thing's looking really sweet, guys. It's one of those things, I'm a big fan of the 1/16 scale, if you can afford them. I have a couple up on my shelf that I haven't built yet, but this is one that I'd really love to do, the Abrams. Now, there's not a lot of info on this one yet. They've just basically released the box art. But when I was up on their site, I noticed on their decal sheet and their painting instruction sheet, there is actually one there with Aussie model, like Aussie, the little Aussie kangaroo, red kangaroo. So I'm really hoping that there's an Australian version. That'll be one of the coolest things ever. Yeah, when I was on their site, I noticed that on the decal sheet that they've got in the photo underneath the box art, there's actually some Aussie decals on there, the little red kangaroo. And then on the painting sheet, I noticed there's one there for like they've got the red kangaroo on the side. Doesn't actually name it as an Aussie tank, but I'm really, really hoping that's what it is, because we don't get a lot of Australian recognised models unless we've got manufacturers here in Australia who did decal sheets for us, and then we've got to buy conversion kits and all that sort of thing. So it would be really awesome if this thing was released in an Aussie version. I'm really looking forward to seeing if it is. Now, the next one up is from Kitty Hawk. I know we've got some fans and we've got some people who aren't fans of Kitty Hawk, but honestly, this one's going to be pretty good. This is the T28C Trojan, and as you can see by this first picture up here, we've got a few variations in the colours and that we can go with on this one, but there's also some pictures that should be playing about now of a built-up model, the actual thing when it's built up in one of those versions. This thing's looking really nice, guys. If it builds up nice, it's looking sweet. Looks like there's plenty of little detail on there and stuff like that. So, again, it's one of the ones, there's some nice options there, some really nice bright colour ranges and things like this. This is probably not one of the ones where you're going to have a filthy, grubby version, because they kept these reasonably clean. It's not to say they weren't dirty at some stage, but it's one of them ones you'll get a nice, clean, shiny paint job on these guys. So it's looking really good. And I'm not sure if anyone knows or not, but someone's saying about the front canopy on this. Okay, our next one up is from Meng, and this is the F-35A Lightning II fighter. Now, this is one of the ones, guys, I'm one of those strange people who actually like the look of these birds, the A and the B version. I love them both. A lot of people don't like them. They say they're just too plain Jane, like just a big chunk of bare metal, you know. But actually really they sort of grew on me, and I actually really liked them. But this is one of the ones I'm just hoping it's a much better offer than the Kitty Hawk one, because I have the Kitty Hawk A and B versions down in my shed. I've read a few reviews that just are not favourable towards them with fit issues and so on. So I'm really hoping that Meng's nailed this one and is going to bring out a nice version of one of these planes. And I know there's a lot of people in that same basket that were going to do the Kitty Hawk one, but found out about the fit issues and stuff like that, which if you're a full-on modeler and you love doing filling and sanding and stuff, that's fine. You can do all that sort of stuff, and it is part of the hobby. But some people like to have like a Tamiya-like kit where it just pretty much puts itself together, so you can get on with the modelling and art part of actually painting the thing and weathering it up. So let's hope this is a much better offering than what Kitty Hawk gave us. Now, next up, we have one of those manufacturers who brings us lots and lots of really different aircraft and in some variable scales. But this one really caught my eye. Now, they have no website. A-Model don't have their own website, which is really unusual in this day and age. They're a Ukrainian mob, and so you don't get a lot of info on them. Probably just gets what's released through news things and sites like that. So I have no idea where this guy even got this information from, to be honest. But obviously he's got it from somewhere. But this is just their box art they're putting up, and they're doing this beautiful bird in 70-second scale. So that means this thing is going to be absolutely huge, guys. And A-Model's one of them models. They're a bit of a hit and miss affair. I've actually built a couple over the years. The first one I'd done was absolutely awful, and I swore I'd never do another one again. But I had a friend give me one, and I can't even remember the name of the aircraft. It was some strange, odd little thing, and asked if I'd put it together for him, which I did. And it actually wasn't a bad, like it wasn't the best. It wasn't any Tamiya model by any standard, but it wasn't too bad to put together. So let's hope this one here is a reasonable sort of offering from A-Model. Another one I'm looking forward to, but I'm also looking forward to seeing how much this thing's going to cost, because 70-second scale, it's going to be huge. And let's hope they bring out like the army version, military use versions and things as well. But that's a really interesting one to keep our eyes out for, guys. So next up, we have an ICM offering. Now, this is German infantry and their gas mask. And I just love this because it's something different, and we don't have a lot of World War I stuff. And now with all these beautiful new World War I tank kits that we have available, we've actually got these little dudes to throw in there as well. Absolutely awesome. It just opens it up so much more to start doing some more dioramas and things like that with these guys in the trenches. Now, when I first seen the box art, I was a bit concerned they were going to be moulded as you see them on the box there, but they're not. They're actual masks, helmets, all their tools, all that sort of stuff. That's all actually on separate sprues, so you can add on what you want and leave off what you want. Each one has their own sort of facial features. I think one of them even has, you'll see in the pictures here, it's got a big mustache and so on. They're not the best faces, as in like not very detailed faces. They're not Verlinden models by any scale, but once you dress them up in their tools and that, I think they're going to look quite nice, these guys. Plus, having the tools and stuff separate allows you to paint them up and pose them how you like, which really looking forward to getting my hands on a box of these guys, because as you know, I'm actually building some World War I stuff down there soon. So yeah, hopefully these will add to those when I put a diorama together. That's about it for the news this week, guys. Hope you really enjoyed it, and keep watching the channel for any more updates. Thanks, guys.